Welcome to the Inn Under the Chestnut Tree. Dear guests, my name is Heinrich and I am the landlord of this cozy inn. Here, under the sprawling branches of the old chestnut tree, many stories have accumulated over the years. Some of them are true, others are the product of our visitors' vivid imaginations. Sit down, enjoy a cool drink and let the stories take you to distant times and wondrous worlds. Once upon a time there was a young couple who loved each other and soon had a son named Tommy. At the parents' request, he was born at home, which later had a special reason. In the first few weeks after the birth, when the midwife still came to visit, everything seemed fine. But then the young family moved into a house with a large garden, and from that point on everything changed. The parents had a cruel plan. Their son was not to be the desired child, but their own slave. From then on they no longer called him Tommy, but Toby, the house child. He was cruelly punished for every offense, and if he cried or screamed, he was punished even more. Shortly after he learned to walk, he had to take on his first tasks. The older he got, the more he had to serve. The whole thing got even worse when he was a few years old and had to be available to his parents for other pleasures as well. The parents only thought of themselves and saw Tommy as a servant who was supposed to fulfill their needs. From their point of view, he was worthless and his own wishes and needs were completely ignored. Neither of the parents was any better and they tortured the boy to exhaustion. Why did no one notice? Because the parents had not registered the child anywhere after they moved, and the child never left the house. His room had windows facing the garden where no one could see him. The boy had never been to school because his parents had hidden his existence from the world. They had kept him in the shadows, fearing the consequences that his discovery might bring. So he grew up in isolation, far from the prying eyes of society. Until one day, when the boy was already 11 years old, an elderly neighbor saw him a few times by chance. She soon realized that something was wrong. But by the time someone could help, it was too late. Even after his release, he was so weak that he later died in hospital. But that is not the end. His parents had planned his death because his mother was pregnant again, this time with a girl, and she was supposed to take his place. But luckily the girl was placed in a foster family and did not have to experience the horror.